we can do just that.
Very important for me is the system. We have yet to improve so much in documentation and in the system.
My belief has been cemented that sports can really be a unifying factor, you know?
I am pretty sure that we're all going home inspired and we will use the knowledge and the experience of others.
So this event is really a game changer because every year we are changing transformation. So we got to adapt, embrace the changes. I'm really happy to be surrounded with all the powerful and positive energy.
Togetherness and tightness across all the PDOs, and I think we have matured together. Seeing what we pitched last year about ecosystem now is coming together.
I believe that these collaborations between AVPN and SRG is to supporting the ecosystem of social enterprises and also nonprofit in the Philippines, and also on how we bring social investors to supporting this capacity building fund.
Thank you, Lord, for this handpicked invitation of this noble undertaking. No, there's nothing more that I can say, but the best would lead us to where we are. Thank you to all of you for not giving up on your mission and for always, always being there to the people that you serve. And this is our SRG Ecosystem of Good. Signing off our 8th SRG Asian Philanthropic Development Conference, and see you all in Hong Kong!
Mission, service, and development work in the new normal mean developing and implementing cost-effective, impactful service, fundraising for different advocacies.
Bago sa world ng philanthropic office yung Chameleons, wala talaga kaming idea or walang idea si Chameleons kung ano nga ba, paano magsisimula.
Grant proposal writing. Building a database of program needs, sponsors, outputs, outcome, and impact.
We usually gather or list our benefactors, list our beneficiaries. Every time we will have an event, we always go back to the same process of listing the benefactors, listing the beneficiaries.
And keeping donors engaged and motivated in supporting your mission.
A lot of our benefactors are so much directly attached to the priests who are working in our mission. But the problem is, when they are transferred, also the donors are transferring and the mission is left behind.
Sustaining missions to serve is hard, and it's even more challenging today. Your staff get caught up with too much to do, not knowing where or how to start, chasing short-term goals or sacrificing your long-term vision? We hear you. We are here for you. We are Spring Rain Global. As a social enterprise, Spring Rain Global aims to coach philanthropic development organizations, faith-based organizations, nonprofits, enterprises, individuals in Asia, Africa, and beyond towards sustainability. Through our international team of highly experienced professionals for development, philanthropic, and financial planning sectors, we help our clients network and raise funds, supporters, and other resources necessary to continue serving communities. We build capacity. We empower human capital.
Doon mas nahasa, mas na-improve, mas na-enhance yung capabilities ng Chameleons na magkaroon ng mga fundraising strategies. Hindi lang yung usual na naghihintay ng donation. Merong tinatawag na donor care na hindi lang kami nag-a-ask ng donation, but we include them in our mission.
We put systems in place.
With the new financial system given by SRG, our PDO has learned to put things into order, the finances, and at the same time, we are more efficient in spending the resources available for all the programs that we have.
Spring Rain Global anchors our services on the 6-pillar capacitation model, a proprietary, systematic framework to empower organizations holistically and effectively towards sustainability.
In the last 15 years, we have prided ourselves in working with community-based organizations who respond to the most urgent needs in our communities. We bridged hopes, helped our clients reach new heights, and generate roadmaps where visions come alive. But we are painfully aware that there are still millions who will benefit from stronger, more sustainable missions. At Spring Rain Global, we are determined to work with organizations and individuals to help them realize their roadmaps with confidence and skill. Spring Rain Global is eager to help you contribute to sustainable development through your mission.
In SRG, our work goes beyond making organizations mission-ready. Introducing the ecosystem of good. Spring Rain Global facilitates linkages, connecting development organizations to one another, and program implementers to the private sector, philanthropy networks, and the government. With this, our ecosystem has been the best arena for funders, grant-making organizations, or donor networks to channel resources. And together, with our philanthropic development offices, we accelerate solutions to society's most intractable challenges.
The ecosystem of good is really flourishing in our PDO. That I felt that I'm not working alone. That people are sharing, contributing their own expertise, their own resources, even their own benefactors. They are giving what they can for the common mission, whatever entrusted to us.
Work with us. Let us achieve missions together. Spring Rain Global, celebrating 15 years of nurturing a stronger ecosystem of good.
A PDO is a philanthropic development office we consider as the basic unit of the ecosystem where we professionalize the direct linkage between donors and beneficiaries. It will institutionalize and create transparency, good stewardship of resources, monitor impact of their programs, create advocacy impact so that in the holistic part of it, it's not just only about the money, but it's also the stewardship of the utilization of this money that is supporting the mission of these charities. We are also trying to build an ecosystem of different philanthropic development offices because it is only in the ecosystem that we will be able to sustain our growth together.
We see that this PDO thing, this whole ecosystem, social commerce, and crypto philanthropy is the best way forward towards sustainability. Not only for the foundation itself, but also for the beneficiaries who eventually be the ones to receive whatever benefits that the foundation will be receiving. And of course, ultimately, the other PDOs also all over the country.
It has helped us to identify our funding needs, especially for the sick, with the help and guidance that they are giving. Our ministry to the sick is now more organized, more efficient, and systematic.
They have been doing their best to assist us and to work from where we are so that we could truly function as such.
One thing that Spring Rain was able to help us and has been going on until now is really connecting
a lot of people, and not only here in the Philippines but also in abroad.
They have given us the right mindset, the skill set, and the tool set that we need in order to establish our office and to raise funds for our apostolate in education.
It was very chaotic. Before Spring Rain, we were just scrambling and trying to figure things out, where Spring Rain came and gave us the technology on how to run it properly. We had departments, roles, and it was an organized machine where it's just like a business or any entity that it would function on its own. Even if one person's not there or the president is not there, the foundation is constantly moving and functioning.
For the new PDOs, the resources that you have will be maximized because of the system that Spring Rain will teach you and will share with you.
The system has helped us how to pool resources, how to manage the fund, how also to manage our advocacies, our activities and program, how to sustain it, and plans are being done for its continuity.
I would like to invite you to engage with Spring Rain and help the people, your community, more with the system.
Without the system, it will block succession. If you have the right skillful people without the system, then it cannot sustain long enough. If you have a system without the right people, then you miss the opportunity of maximizing the whole process. There's a lot of donor fatigue that is happening right now. And it's not because they don't want to give. It's about being annoyed by the manner of asking. It's actually the manner of the way we are communicating with the donor.
The perennial problem that we have been encountering is the problem of sustainability. Partly because we haven't nourished and nurtured relationships with our different benefactors all these years. That's why I see the great potential that once we are able to connect and to nurture our relationship with our donors and eventually make their donation, make their giving more of a happy experience, then probably things will be better. So that it doesn't become a linear type of relationship, but it becomes a mutual kind of relationship. When the donor gives, he is happy because he was able to give, and of course he is happy that he is being regularly updated by the happenings and the updates of the foundation itself.
We are able to see more people who are really not only business driven, but deep inside they want to make their businesses even more meaningful. They are finding meaning on giving impact to the lives of others. It ignites more our desire to do mission, to expand our mission. We are very excited to continue doing it and to be more serious about it.
It takes a way to really study them and learn about how these donors need to get motivated, get involved, so that the fatigue that is happening will turn into a transformation of partnership, love, generosity, and it will create a very wonderful family in the world of philanthropy.
Today, we gather with a shared commitment to nurturing transformative change in philanthropy.
This is inspiring. I think that would be an understatement.
Really happy to see a lot of amazing thought leaders in this event, stepping up and scaling up their capacity and capability on providing impact.
One of my greatest takeaway is that leadership does not mean you have to do it my way, but we have to see together what is the best way forward to enhance all of us.
My biggest takeaway is really we cannot exist as an organization by ourselves. We need to continue to capacitate ourselves.
We've seen a whole new world, a whole new dimension. Corporate social responsibility should not be plainly corporate at all. You have the concept, you have the output, but what's the outcome? Injecting the love for humanity into your corporate social responsibility is the key to have a successful outcome.
Philanthropy grows as we practice it effectively. Every engagement that I had in the last 8 years shows the philanthropy level of our partners. And I hope that as we go along, a lot of our stakeholders will also go with us.
ISO is globally recognized. So if we have funders around the world, it creates credibility for the philanthropy, for the NGO.
The founders or the owners tend to do all the things so they cannot scale up. One key component to ensure sustainability by hiring the correct, talented people with the right culture, knowledge, and skills.
AI is moving very fast. Technology is going to play a key role, most of all, improving the output. Technology will play a key role in the philanthropic community, and it is very encouraging to see everyone trying to stay on top of it.
So as a local chief executive of our municipality of Alegria, I am so happy, overwhelmed. You know, there are so many things that we wanted to do, but there's lacking. We need to collaborate.
So Spring Rain Global is very glad to trailblaze enabler for building the ecosystem on philanthropy. We have influenced the European Chamber to also join in our ecosystem, so they will anchor the corporate sector, use philanthropy in the core of its strategic direction as well. As the director of the AVPN in the Philippines, it is also our thrust that we continue to develop the landscape of funding network in the country.
Within AVPN, we have 600 members across 35 countries, and we have 150 plus funders actually already make collaborations in Philippines. Means that there is a lot of opportunity for stakeholders in Philippines to explore.
And one of the biggest threats is the health impacts of climate change, both in terms of health outcomes, but also the impact on health systems. Here in our event today, we'll be talking about what are the different strategies and bringing together policymakers, funders, implementing organizations, thought leaders to push this agenda forward.
Race to Net Zero Philippines was established by UCCP, and then UN gave us a roadmap to apply as an accelerator of the Race to Zero global campaign. And now here we are, launching this campaign in the Philippines for the first time. Philanthropy really plays an important, in fact, a key role in making this happen.
Let us continue to nurture an environment that will transform leadership and social responsibility to the next level, and work together to make this world a better place for all. The theme for this year's conference is Nurturing Transformative Change in Philanthropy. We want to evolve, and we believe that only transformative change in the impact of philanthropy can get us to scale and get things done.
So this is a venture where the religious and lay people work together, where there is no superiority or like we don't have clericalism here. Here both clergy
Lately, we all work together for the common good. I realized that Spring Rain Global has grown a lot, engaging and involving more
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Spring Rain Global's fourth quarter fundraising campaign. Please make yourselves comfortable wherever you are and let us enjoy tonight's program. Before we begin, we would like to share a few reminders. Please put your microphone on mute to avoid unnecessary noise. Edit your Zoom name display using this format: organization's name dash your name, for example, SRG-N. Please stay with us until the end of the program. We would like to have you around as we unfold another year-end fundraising campaign. And lastly, please take a selfie, upload it in your social media account, and use the hashtag SRG Empowered Change 100 Days of Giving, and enjoy the session. To officially start, join us in singing the opening song, followed by the Spring Rain Global Prayer.
Even when I'm lonely and in pain, I see you in the beauty of the stars at night. I see you in my life, I feel alright. I see you, Lord, in sorrow and in happiness. I see you in the glory of sweet success. I see you, Lord, every hour, every day. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I'm so blessed, my Lord, I can see you in the smile of a baby, sweet and true. I can see you in the eyes of my very best friends. I see you in these bonds, just like your love that never ends. I see you, Lord, in sorrow and in happiness. I see you in the glory of sweet success. I see you, Lord, every hour, every day. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I see you, Lord.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. The Spring Rain Global Prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to be called in this noble endeavor of serving people and organizations through our thrust for a deeper love for humanity and stewardship of our giftedness. As we respond to this ministry each day, fill us with the power of the Holy Spirit, that your wisdom may enlighten us, that your strength may remind us to stay focused in our purpose and calling, that your light be our guide at all times, and that your love be in our hearts. We know that the journey may not always be easy, but we firmly believe and hold on to your promise that you will be with us both in our challenges and victories, as we bring love and unity to your people in service for others. We continue to pray that as we grow the mission and purpose of our Spring Rain Global family, we may be sustained by your grace, ready to open the path for others, so that your blessings and divine providence may completely flow to each and every one of us. May we always stay in your grace, now and forever. This we ask in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
We will now play the national anthems of the Philippines, USA, and Singapore to signify the countries where Spring Rain Global is registered and operating.
Bayang magiging, teras ng silanganan, alap ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulubig, di ka pasisiing, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may dilag ang tuna at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang islap ng watawag mo'y tagumpay na naghihinding, ang bituin at araw niya kailan tambay di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pansinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright star through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Mari kita rakyat Singapura sama-sama menuju bahagia. Cita-cita kita yang mulia, berjaya Singapura. Marilah kita bersatu dengan semangat yang baru. Semua kita berseru, majulah Singapura, majulah Singapura. Marilah kita bersatu dengan semangat yang baru. Semua kita berseru, majulah Singapura, majulah Singapura.
Good evening once again. We are now live via Facebook. Thank you so much for being with us. I hope we are all excited for another opportunity in spreading positivity and impact. If you are, please type in a yes in the chatter or give us a thumbs up or a heart reaction. We would like to acknowledge the presence of our esteemed philanthropic development offices, directors, and team, SRG Advisory Board members, the president and officers of the SRG PDO Ecosystem of Good, the Spring Rain Global team, and the rest of all the guests joining us from the different parts of the Philippines and the globe who are here with us via Zoom and Facebook Live. To give us the opening remarks, let us all welcome an advisory board member of Spring Rain Global, Father Manny Bolilia, OAR.
Good evening, everyone, wherever you may be at this very moment. Welcome to this evening of empowering change in this 100 days of giving. Allow me to welcome you by sharing with you a kind of experience and a journey. Way back in 2006, in my former parish in Quezon City, Our Lady of Consolation, we established the so-called Our Lady of Consolation Kapatirang Kabuhayan, or we simply called it OK-Ka. This is a parish-based livelihood program, and we have several processes. First is the recruitment of unemployed individuals from the poor communities, skilled and unskilled. Second, we had the assessment of their skills, retraining, upskilling, and more importantly, which is mandatory, is the values formation. After which, we structured an office like a manpower agency, deploying these newly trained individuals with a new sense of purpose, either for a daily or regular employment. Some had opportunity to work abroad. We provide them, whenever we deploy them, some kind of recommendations and assurance that they are skilled, that they can be trusted. after their daily employment or weekly employment, we would ask the employer to give us their honest feedback regarding their performance, their behavior, their relational ways, especially when they are at work. And so at the end of the day, they have work, they can bring something home. Part of their values formation is teaching them about financial literacy so that in a very personal way, it becomes sustainable for its member of the OKCAF. It created in our community and in the lives of our members a positive and personal transformation. We can see their new sense of confidence, improved quality of life, education for their children, food on their table, and active participation in the life of the church. Therefore, it is not a dole out. And for us, it broke a cycle of poverty in the lives of our poor people. Dear friends, in every social enterprise, we all hope a real, impactful change. Maybe it would be nice to prepare a compendium of guidelines to guarantee a successful social enterprise. We have this collective vision, especially faith-based, church-based, congregation-based organization, or PDO, to leave a mark where we are assigned. This is our participation in bringing change in our communities, whether in the area of catechesis, livelihood program, education, or teaching them how to love our common home, or other initiatives. I believe we are all one in desiring and in bringing real, impactful change wherever we are. And so tonight, we will listen surely from different experiences and journeys of many sisters and brothers grounded in our communities. And we hope we may not be seeing the fruits of our labor now, but let us begin to plant the seed so that change is continued and sustained. Welcome to this evening of reflection, sharing experiences, and learning from each others. We are all teachers. We are also students. Welcome to this evening.
Thank you so much, Father Manny, for your opening remarks. Again, we welcome our participating organization to Spring Rain Global's fourth quarter fundraising campaign, Empower Change, 100 Days of Giving. Please don't forget to take a selfie or group photo participating in the campaign, upload it in your social media accounts, and use the hashtag SRG Empowered Change 100 Days of Giving. This year's fourth quarter fundraising campaign will focus on the advocacies on first, climate change, education and awareness, Race to Zero campaign, SRG Ecosystem Disaster and Climate Fund campaign. Second, human capital development, including vocation and formation, skill set upskilling, education and scholarship. Third, livelihood development, including solid waste management, social enterprise, and circular economy. Fourth, community health resilience, including clean water and sanitation, poverty alleviation, peace and order. Fifth, disaster preparedness, response and rehabilitation. Six, sustainable transportation and green technology solutions. Seventh, climate resilient housing and infrastructure. Eighth, renewable energy and reforestation, conservation initiatives. Tonight's highlight advocacy is livelihood development, including solid waste management, social enterprise, and circular economy. Joining us for tonight's advocacy are Magical Mission, Daughters of the Sacred Heart, Venrich Holdings OPC, Oblate Apostles of the Two Hearts, Carmelite Missionaries, The Passionists, Bionutrient Waste Management, European Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines, Cebu, Dominican Sisters of the Most Holy Rosary, Hawaii Region, Caritas Virac, Justice and Peace Incorporated, Claveria Mountain Flowers Marketing Cooperative, and the Spring Rain Global Foundation. To tell us more about their programs on livelihood development that include solid waste management, social enterprise, and circular economy, let us watch this video.
This is Magical Mission. Since 2018, amidst the densely populated area of Tondo, Manila, where people experience poverty, problem with peace and order, and pollution, Magical Mission serves as a channel to engage a wider community and encourage them to actively participate in different programs. We are advocating accessibility to proper and quality education for the young people of Tondo through our Shelter of Joy Scholarship Program, Feeding Program, and Youth Development Program. We empower individuals to develop their skills in order to foster self-sufficiency and promote long-term sustainability through our livelihood programs, HASIC cooperatives, and urban farming. And ultimately, we dream to provide permanent homes to deserving families where they can live a more dignified and productive life through our housing project. Magical Mission provides extraordinary opportunity for individuals and institutions to actively participate and make a positive impact on the lives of our beneficiaries, ultimately contributing to the transformative environment we aspire to create. Let us take this magical journey together. To learn more about the project, visit www.magicalmission.org.
Hello, I'm Venus Abangan, the president and founder of Enrich Holdings. Our company is committed to corporate social responsibility, and one of the most critical issues we're addressing is the rise of online sexual abuse and exploitation of children, or OSAIC, in the Philippines. Through our advocacy work, including the production of the film My Child, which raises awareness about the horrific reality of OSAIC, we aim to make a lasting impact on these victims' lives. But awareness is just the beginning. We need to address the root causes, and the poverty is the one of the primary drivers that push parents to sell their children online. That's why I am here today to ask for your support for our 100-day giving campaign. Our goal is to raise 1 million pesos or $20,000 to provide sustainable livelihood programs for the parents of OSAIC victims, helping them break free from the cycle of exploitation. These parents are not monsters. They are often victims of poverty, desperation, and lack of opportunity. Without an alternative source of income, many of them see no other option but to resort to online exploitation. But with your help, we can change that. Your donation will fund practical, long-term solutions that give these families a second chance. To create sustainable income for these parents, we've identified 4 livelihood programs that can make a meaningful impact. The first is a small-scale agriculture and urban gardening. This program provides training and resources for parents to grow vegetables and herbs. They can sell their produce in local markets or even to sustain their own families, reducing food costs while generating income. The second is handicraft production. Many of these parents can learn to create traditional crafts such as woven products, home decor, and accessories. With the right training and access to a market, these crafts can be sold locally and internationally, providing a consistent source of income. The third is online freelancing training. By teaching skills like virtual assistance, graphic design, and digital marketing, we can connect these parents to the growing global freelance economy. This enables them to work from home, earn a fair wage, and be present for their children. The fourth is a sari-sari store capital. A sari-sari store is a small neighborhood convenience store common in the Philippines. With initial capital, parents can open and run their own stores, selling basic goods and providing a steady income for their family. Now just imagine what your contribution can achieve. $200 can fund agricultural starter kits for a family. $700 can provide the starting capital for a sari-sari store. $1,000 can provide handicraft training for 10 parents. $2,000 can empower several parents with the skills and technology needed to start freelancing. With your support, we can aim to raise 1 million pesos or $20,000 during this 100-day campaign to give hope, opportunity, and a future to these families. We can provide them with a pathway to self-reliance, ensuring they no longer feel forced into making devastating decisions. We believe that poverty should never be a reason for any child to suffer, and with your help, we can end this heartbreaking cycle of abuse. Your donation will make a direct, life-changing impact on the lives of OSAIC victims and their families. Together, we can create a future where these parents no longer feel they need to sell their children to survive. Thank you for your time, and thank you for considering a gift to this life-changing campaign.
We are in the season of giving. Let us fuel our SRG ecosystem of good by making donations in the next 100 days. Together, we can accomplish more and impact communities in need. Let us do this for a better future. Together, we can do better.
Christmas is really a time of joy and peace and bringing everything we treasure all together at one time.
Kaya ang Christmas nga naton nga ginatawag once a year man lang na siya. Di kinanglan gid naton nga selebrahon tungod nga nang amo na sa nga tion ang paglupod nyo nga pamilya, pagtipon-tipon nyo sa inyo nga panimalay.
Tagay sang regalo, pag simba, pag anay man sang mga pamilya.
I am Ina Gaston, and I'm the Managing Director and Designer of Hacienda Crafts Company. Hacienda Crafts is an enviro-social design company, and we were founded in 1994, actually to help alleviate the economic and social problems of the sugar industry here in our area. So we are based here in Manapla, Negros Occidental, and the issues we were facing then was the need for livelihood opportunities, especially for those who live at home and work at home, and those who don't have opportunities beyond home. We focus on the use of natural materials available in our community and around Negros primarily. We also focus on craft traditions that are available in the communities around us. So for example, we are very close to the sea, and we use the tradition of fishnet weaving as a tying technique. So this is how when we go into communities, we are able to find craft techniques and craft traditions that are already in the area and design through that. Those Christmas ornaments that we produced with our partner CM Bamboo, the Carmelite Bamboo, missionaries of La Paz, Iloilo, were very special to me because they really spoke of home and traditions, actually traditions that were actually disappearing. So customs like manopo, or the customs that are during fiestas that we hardly have the time or the opportunity to see anymore. So these little vignettes, the ornaments that carry these little stories, are nostalgic, and they bring connection from home to wherever you are. So whether you're in a city or you're far from these traditions that maybe you possibly grew up with, you're able to connect with these ornaments. And I think it's also a gift to be able to bring this feeling to someone else who is so far away. So I think these ornaments that we're creating with the CM Bamboo of Iloilo is a very special gift actually to those who are able to have them. They are the expert. They've been doing bamboo craft for 30 years. You can just imagine what expertise that they have, no? Hacienda Crafts has also found its niche and has also found its audience through the work that we've done and our advocacies and the markets that we reach. So we are exporters. We've been exporters for over 20 years. And we also have a network of people who are interested in our work as enviro-social design. And this is what we're bringing together. So we have our design skills and our network, and they have their craft and their traditions that we would like to match.
Our planet has been affected by climate change. There are 6 more years before 2030, and we need to do something about it. Emma Ramos is an accountant turned environmental advocate. Through Bionutrient Waste Management Incorporated PDO, her mission is to harness the potential of waste materials by converting them into sustainable resources that benefit both our environment and our communities. Through cutting-edge technology and innovative practices, Bionutrient has pioneered methods that not only reduce waste but also contribute to the restoration of our planet's health. Improper management of municipal biodegradable waste and industrial agricultural waste cause the following problems: infestation of flies and strong stench in areas surrounding landfills, piggeries, and poultry farms, which can lead to the closure of these facilities and negatively influence food security. Organic matter depletion in the soil as a result of continuous farming and harvesting, and the use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Release of greenhouse gas emissions into the atmosphere due to improper management of landfills, waste farms, and continuous use of inorganic fertilizers and pesticides. Pollution of groundwater from chemical fertilizers and pesticides, and seepage of leachate from unprocessed waste farms that have been improperly dumped. Lastly, malnutrition as a result of depleted minerals in the soil and lack of natural grown vegetation. Biodegradable waste is the biggest proponent of solid waste and can come from plantations, poultry farms, piggeries, expired goods from industries, and public markets. However, this waste can become a resource that we can use to our advantage, known as compost. The waste is segregated and goes through a final sort in our facility. Then, the waste is processed through the assistance of mechanical operations. We apply the windrow composting technique, where long rows of the waste are piled up and mixed regularly. Finally, the compost is sieved and bagged in the facility, where the final products are distributed to farmers and interested clients. With compost, it is easy to set up food gardens. The beauty of these gardens is its flexibility, whether it is for your family, your community, or just for yourself. Food gardens provide health and financial benefits for everyone involved. By processing biodegradable waste into compost, we transform waste into a valuable resource for the agricultural sector. Here are the results we expect: introduction and availability of organic inputs for sustainable agricultural practices, better productivity and lower cost of productions for farming, which means better income for farmers, mitigation of climate emergencies and natural disasters such as floods, reduced pollution of soil and groundwater due to the less use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides, including reduction in seepage of leachate. Lastly, empowerment of the youth, women, farmers, resource collectors, and waste processors, as all will be provided with better incomes and a sustainable livelihood for marginalized sectors. Together, let us transition from a wasted world to a wonderful world through compost. Care for the earth for a sustainable tomorrow.
The Dominican Sisters Hawaii Regional Mission includes helping to address global environmental issues. Each convent is committed to proper solid waste management, particularly by reducing food waste to lower the environmental cost of excessive production. Starting as early as preschool, we teach children the importance of environmental stewardship, as they are the ones who will benefit most in the future. We introduce them to hydroponics and encourage the use of organic materials. They also learn about the 3 Rs: reduce, reuse, and recycle, and how these practices help protect our environment. We recognize the significant social benefits of sustainable waste management, including reducing the risk of harmful diseases such as respiratory issues and infections, and promoting community hygiene.
The ECCP Cebu, a dynamic extension of the European Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines, is dedicated to fostering economic prosperity and social progress in the Visayas region. As a vital bridge between Europe and the Philippines, the ECCP Cebu branch is committed to driving sustainable growth and community development. To further its mission of corporate social responsibility, the ECCP Cebu branch has established the Philanthropic Development Office. This dedicated unit is poised to amplify the Chamber's impact by focusing on 3 key pillars: education and skills development. By partnering with educational institutions and industry leaders, the PDO will empower young Filipinos with the knowledge and skills necessary to thrive in the global economy. Environmental sustainability. As the sole accelerator of the Race to Zero campaign program of the United Nations in the Philippines and Asia Pacific, the PDO is committed to driving sustainable practices and mitigating climate change. Community development. The PDO will collaborate with local organizations to address pressing social issues and uplift marginalized communities, fostering a more equitable and inclusive society. Through the PDO, the ECCP Cebu branch aims to inspire its members to become active agents of positive change. By leveraging the collective power of its network, the Chamber will contribute to a brighter future for the Philippines.
Spring Rain Global supports the participating philanthropic development offices in advocating for a better and healed environment. We aim to raise funding for their programs that focus on preventing further damage to the environment, protecting the natural resources that God has entrusted to us, and eventually create a healthier place to live in. This year's 4th quarter fundraising campaign is very unique, as we are the lead collaborator of the Race to Zero Philippines, together with the European Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines as the lead accelerator. Addressing the challenge of climate change is crucial to ensure a sustainable future for all. Net zero is a comprehensive approach in balancing greenhouse gas emissions and its removal from the atmosphere. Achieving the net zero goal is essential to mitigate the devastating impacts of climate change and create a more resilient and equitable world. By leading the $5 million campaign, we can make a significant strides in accelerating the transition to a sustainable net zero future. As a collaborator of this net zero campaign, Spring Rain Global invites all PDOs, ecosystem members, companies, financial institutions, educational institutions, healthcare providers, environment advocates, civil society, and the general public to be the first 40 champions to pledge the 1.5 million pesos. For the next part of our program, we will be hearing from tonight's panelists, the representatives of various stakeholders and participating organizations that support the advocacy on livelihood development, including solid waste management, social enterprise, and circular economy. Tech team, please spotlight the panelists. May we call on Dr. Lilian Ko, the CEO and founder of FinTech Academy, Ms. Delphine Tan, the director of Springwing Global Singapore, Ms. Maria Wilvina Anyora, the vice chair for agriculture of ECCP, Cebu Business Council, and co-founder and CEO of Ato Ani AgriVentures Incorporated, Sister Delia Obenza, OP, Hawaii Regional Superior of Dominican Sisters of the Most Holy Rosary, Hawaii Region, Ms. Maria Emma Ramas, Director of Bionutrient PDO, Sister Cynthia Ting Calamba, CM, Provincial Counselor in Charge for Carmelite Missionaries PDO, Father Ray Dagetera, PDO Director of Magical Mission, San Pablo Apostol, Tondo, Reverend Father Renato de la Rosa, Director of Caritas Virac, Justice and Peace Incorporated, Mr. Adrian To, Master Trainer for DISC and EIQ, Emotional Intelligence Quotient, Mr. James Kurt Abula, the Marketing Coordinator of Passionist PDO, and lastly, Father Manny Bolilia, OAR, Advisory Member of Springwing Global. The panel discussion will be facilitated by the founder, president of Springwing Global Foundation, and the founder and president, CEO of Springwing Global Consultancy. May I call on Dr. Glenda Miro Antonio.
Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to each and everyone watching across the globe. We are full packed with so many panelists for this evening, so I would get the ball rolling. But just to put our context in the level of our conversation, the focus of our topic would be on the social enterprise as a main advocacy, and how does this empower change 100 days of giving relate into this as a platform to support our ecosystem approach in our projects, and at the same time make it more sustainable. So before that, we are blessed because we have some panelists that are our friends in Singapore. And I would just have the honor to have them introduced first, because I think the PDOs have shared their videos, but I will call you later. But I'll start the first round of question to introduce yourself. What is the role of your organization, and how do you define social enterprise in the context of your PDO? But for the friends in Singapore, you tell us more about yourself. So we are blessed tonight because no less than Dr. Lilian Ko, the famous Dr. Lilian Ko in Singapore, is with us. Tell us more about you, Doc, and the advocacy that you're doing in Singapore and across Asia. Dr. Lilian, yes.
Hello, everyone. Good evening from Singapore. I have been very fortunate to be able to find out about the wonderful works you people are doing. I just got to know you. So a bit late, but never too late. I'd like to thank you for this opportunity to say that I am able to help in any way I can, be it talent development, be it equipping our friends who have been deprived and now can learn something. We are happy to provide that support. In Singapore, we have been doing financial literacy, we have been doing fintech literacy, as well as helping those who are from low-income families to secure part-time work, hourly rated part-time work. So for example, we take girls from low-income family, we teach them skills like in the digital healthcare, in digital, as in high tech and high touch, we also were able to sort of provide alternative pathways for girls from low-income families, from dysfunctional families, where we train them for 6 months in fintech so that they are able to secure internship and eventually find permanent job posting. So these may sound like, hey, Singapore, do you need that? Yes, we do. So yes, that's what we have been doing. So having been doing that for the past decade, I am happy to go and see how else I can contribute. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lillian, and we're happy to announce to everyone that we've designed something, and we'll talk more about it with Dr. Lillian coming into the Philippines, because it is her experience that because of her program on financial literacy, she got funded. There was funding from Citibank Foundation. There were funding from other different organizations because of that advocacy, and just supporting the root cause, solving the root cause of the problem is a focus on funders. Thank you, Dr. Lillian. Let's also hear from Adrian. Adrian To has just started connecting with Spring Rain on our first batch of the social enterprise entrepreneurship training on our first 4 PDOs. Adrian?
So hi, good afternoon. Good evening, everybody. My name is Adrian from Singapore. So as what Dr. Glendon has mentioned, I just joined this social enterprise on 1st and 2nd October together with Adrian Pang. And I was fortunate to partner with one team, the old PDO. So helping them to coach them business coaching, entrepreneurship coaching with regards to how can they grow their goat farming for them to be self-sustainable. In fact, we just finished our second coaching session just yesterday. And, we have come to a conclusion that, after 3 years, we would be able to sustain the business and we are able to sponsor maybe up to 10 to 15 students monthly for their studies as well. So giving them the proper education, and, that is what we want to do, right? Create an enterprise where organizations or communities can sustain themselves and we move them out to a better place. So my company, Success Frontiers in Singapore, we, besides doing training and personal mastery and team development, on the social aspect, we focus also to helping, for example, in the military, in the Singapore Armed Forces, we volunteer and to go into the detention barracks to help the young soldiers, the young boys who have to shift their mindset, to have the correct mindset towards the military and how to to be free from drugs, for example. Right, so that's what we do as well. We also volunteer at the Jesuit Refugee Service. So on the refugees, we don't have any refugees staying in Singapore, so we do a lot of career coaching, resume writing, and resilience training for those refugees residing in Malaysia, Thailand, and Indonesia. So I'm really happy to be given an opportunity to partake in this project as well. Thank you.
Yes, and this is just the beginning of many more capacitation programs that we are doing in our ecosystem. We also have with us our friend from Singapore, the entrepreneur and philanthropist herself, Miss Delphine Tan. Tech team, kindly pin Delphine to join in the panel. Hi, Delphine. You are on mute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I just do a short introduction. Okay, for me, I'm more hands-on. I'm a business owner. I'm a social enterprise. We give social enterprise is a business profit the owner, but at the same time we also take care of environment and social goal, especially to employee like the old people, we make them feel wanted in the community. And we also give job to students who are internship. We give them 3 months to learn and let them adapt to the environment of working, in the company. So that's what we are doing. We try to help out. This project are for the old, for the young. So I'm more hands-on. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Delphine. She's also one of our donors in our ecosystem that's been supporting us. So for the rest of the other panelists, your videos had been shown. So allow me to ask you and just answer in 1 to 2 minutes. What is your role in your organization and how do you define social enterprise in the context of your PDO? And what makes this a very important component of your partnership with your donors in sustaining your mission? So let me start with Emma Ramas. Madam Emma? Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, SRG, for giving me an opportunity to be with you tonight, and also allowing us to share our video that tells you that will let you know about our journey as a PDO and as a company. My realization, Glenn, being almost 2 years now with the government of Cebu City and being in charge of crafting the programs for the city on solid waste management, I realized that there is so much opportunity in that problem in the solid waste management industry. I believe we can create an industry, meaning in the experience of the Philippines, solid waste management is a pure cost to the local government units as it is a service of the government to the public. However, I believe that we can turn that around and make it instead an industry wherein so many sectors can benefit from its growth and from its development. So from my networking with different government institutions and other civil society organizations, I found out there are a lot of opportunities. For example, and I would like to share this with all of you here tonight, the Department of Trade and Industry has this program called Shared Services Facilities, wherein they fund the purchase of equipment and tools that can help all of us develop a program where we can create products using this equipment and tools. It can be to the tune of the millions in pesos, but the requirement is that we share the facilities. So if we are out there to create livelihood for our communities, for the different sectors, then we can definitely qualify for that facility. So I urge you, we are in the different parts of the country, to visit your Department of Trade and Industry, and there are programs that can help us move our campaigns forward. Also, the different institutions, the government banks in particular, they also have programs, and I found out that they find it difficult to roll out their funds because there are not enough groups accessing the available funds, the programs that they have developed for creating livelihood in communities and so on. So if we can access this, if Spring Rain can help connect these different opportunities to all of us, then it will help us, it will help facilitate our programs, and therefore we can bring the services down to the different sectors we wish to help.
Thank you, Emma. Emma's in the government actually right now, and she spearheads the initiative on solid waste management, and that's really true. That in our ecosystem we can further put this into concrete steps, so we can showcase a model that will support problems on poverty because of social enterprises that can come out of solid wastes. I'll get back to you, Emma, and I will be asking the question back in the second panel. Let's hear from Will V quickly on ECCP's trust on community development, and tell us more about your role and what is it that ECCP is going to focus in your PDO now.
So, can you
Okay.
hear me? Okay.
Yep.
So our project is here. So it's Bohol Ube project. So it's co-led together with ECCP, and we have other collaborators as well, from the farmers organizations, Buga, YFAC, and also Access Consulting for processing. So basically, my role is, to really lead the project along with ECCP, but at the same time, plan it out in different phases. We envision this project to help secure the livelihoods of our ube farmers and innovate as well on ube production. And we would like to create an enterprise at the end of the 4 phases, by the people, because we have this farmers that is part of the team, and also these women entrepreneurs who are skilled in ube processing, and for the people later on, because we see that after the end of the 4 phases, we'll be able to have a sustainable enterprise that can also further support more farmers and more entrepreneurs in the area in Bohol.
Yeah, and there is a need for ube.
Definitely.
The
So if
country
I
right
would,
now.
if I would share that need for ube, so essentially there are only like 600 hectares of ube farms in Bohol, but then there's a demand internationally for 49,000 tons per year. So if we convert that to hectares of land needed, there should be 20,000 to 30,000 hectares. So there's really a lot of it, no? So we can see that it's sustainable in a sense because there's this market demand. We just
Yeah.
need the funding necessary to set up this pilot plant or there's full scale plant, and also to have climate smart agriculture towards these farmers, so that it's also environmentally friendly, both in the production of for ube processing and also production of ube tubers through climate smart agriculture.
And this social enterprise in Bohol is scalable. We would like to see this as a model so that it can duplicate to several parts of the Philippines where most of our PDOs have extra land, and even to, not sure with Hawaii, but it could also be something that would develop into a different lands in the country, no, will be producing. Yeah. Thank you. Father Ray, what is your role in the social enterprise initiatives of your parish, Father? Ikaw ba manager? Are you the manager? Are you the finance officer? Are you the marketer? Okay, go.
I am everything. So I am Father Ray. Good evening to all of you. I am the parish priest here, San Pablo Apostol. As we know that this is a place wherein it needs really a big help on how to empower our people. We have a huge number of problem of poverty and crime, peace and an order problem, and we have also problem of pollution. So these are we need to tackle. But what we are starting now is to focus on with the team of SRG in Singapore. We are coach, and we are trying to focus on our sustainability for our feeding program, and that is for our children. We have around 50 children and serving these also. We have just accepted around six street children. So our problem is really to sustain our feeding program and also our scholarship program for these children. And we are trying to scale up. What we have now is we have around 300 rabbits. We are using this to feed our children, and now we are thinking of scaling up, not only for our feeding, but hopefully we can create a social enterprise from this. And it is good because from rabbit itself, we were able to see from the poop of rabbits, we have a lot of fertilizer, and also vermicast. We put worms so that we can produce more vermicast fertilizer. So we are planning also with this, combining with our kitchen waste collection with our parents. So instead of throwing their organic materials in the garbage, so we are encouraging to bring this to our parish and then to compost it, mixing it with the poop of rabbits. And this is already very good fertilizer. So from this, we are starting also for our urban gardening and teaching the parents, the families in our slum area. So hopefully they can also plant and also raise rabbits later on so that they can have for their own self, for their own consumption, and we can have also a sustainable program here in the parish. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
So father is all over, but balikan kita, father. He is an example of a parish with 200,000 densely populated population in the area, and has been struggling for a lot of things, but scaling up on social enterprise and making people sustainable is an example. So other parishes across the region can see how this is duplicable and scalable. Thank you, Father Ray. Sister Delia,
Welcome.
they say the US is rich with all of these things. What's the struggle over there when it comes to sustaining your mission? And how do you see social enterprise helping you in your advocacy?
Hey, good morning, good evening, and to everyone. Yeah, how in Hawaii region, actually, our community is called Hawaii region because our regional house is in Hawaii. But right now, because we lack sisters, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. So like Father Ray, I'm also everywhere and doing a lot of things. But you have seen in the video that we are focused, our main apostolate here is education through elementary schools and faith formation in the parishes. But yes, we wanted our children and our parents to know that they're lucky they're in the US, and yet, they need to be aware of the climate change now. And so we started with the preschool with all our students, like segregating all of these simple things, and yet it would give a lot of impact to them because they are aware of what's happening all around the world. And I was not able to mention, like, one of our focus is also our mission in Africa. And so we have this livelihood program with the mamas, we call them, those of parents of disabled children, and we are starting to give them livelihood that could also sustain and not only wait for donations from the US. And also part also in Iloilo City, we have helped also this livelihood program. So the part of Hawaii region is not only to help them, but also to let them feel that they are still human beings that have integrity, not only waiting for donations. And being a member of SRG is really a help for us. We just been a member for maybe a month, but observing and looking at all the things that SRG has been doing, I know it would help us to be organized in everything that we do, and also learn from each other's organizations of what they had been doing. And starting from our mission here, we can help the children be aware, and also to have these giving hearts that yes, they are lucky and they need to help because they are blessed. They need to share those blessings as well.
Thank you, sister. And we will be positioning sister in the US for all the networks that will have to take in sister for the ecosystem. Caritas Virac, who is representing Caritas Virac? I think Patricia or Father Renato. Just to make sure I didn't miss any of the PDO panelists. Are you there po, Patricia? Or let me call on Clay?
Sorry, I cannot open my video.
Oh, okay.
I'm Miss Mayanan po.
Yes. Hi, ma'am.
Yeah. Good evening. I cannot open the video.
Okay, sige po. It's okay.
Okay. So, Father Atoy can't attend this tonight because of an equally important matter he is attending to. So I am Maria Yanan, the admin and the Human Resource Management Officer of Caritas Virac, Justice and Peace Incorporated. I am an environmental planner. So the Caritas Virac is focused on multi-sector. It is a social arm of the Roman Catholic Church of Catanduanes with 50 parishes. We engage on supplemental feeding, scholarship, then a housing project for the totally damaged households who cannot afford to build their own houses. We engage on disaster risk reduction management programs. And for now, we are doing our environmental management program because we know and experience that the ill effects of climate change is getting worse, particularly in the province of Catanduanes. Before, we experienced super typhoons every after 10 years, but since 2016, we experience super typhoons every after 4 years. We experience signal number 5, and one of the causes of this climate change is the improper solid waste management. So we focus on the solid waste management for now in terms of the environmental program. So, ma'am, we have a project proposal, a comprehensive solid waste management program. It composed of many activities to answer the problem on SWM in the province of Catanduanes. The provincial government of Catanduanes as well as the 11 municipalities are currently restructuring the institutional arrangement for solid waste management in compliance with Republic Act 9003. So notwithstanding the projects, policies, and initiatives conducted by all local government units of Catanduanes, on solid waste management is still the LGUs are facing a big challenge to manage solid waste considering the meager and limited financial resources of all the local government units, plus the other policy regulations being adopted by the LGUs in terms of budgetary, accounting, and auditing rules and regulations. So the physical and geological condition of the island province of Catanduanes is basically limestone, which triggered to the dilemma of the LGUs on solid waste management, particularly in the establishment of sanitary landfill, which at present the province has no operational SLF. Considering that the LGUs are on a transition period of implementing the provisions of RA 9003, there are households, business establishments, institutions, including the churches. We have 50 parishes in Catanduanes, which do not abide on no segregation, no collection policy because of limited financial resources. So the mandatory, very simply, easy, non-technical waste segregation at source as provided in Section 21 of RA 9003 is not being done or religiously implemented. So in order that this policy will be faithfully implemented by all parishes in the entire island province of Catanduanes, the Caritas Virac Justice and Peace Incorporated is proposing to establish a material recovery facility, MRF, in the 50 parishes of the Roman Catholic Church in the Catanduanes, including the construction of composter for biodegradable or compostable waste. So the RA 9003 provides that they'll usually evaluate alternative roles for the public and private sectors in providing collection services, type of collection system, or combination of systems that best meet their needs. It is in this premise that Caritas Virac, Justice and Peace Incorporated is offering its services to help the government in promoting a sound and healthy environment. So we have proposal for the different components of the comprehensive solid waste management program of the Caritas Virac. First is the construction and establishment maintenance of material recovery facility and composting facility for the 50 parishes of the Diocese of Dirac. Then number 2, procurement of and distribution of trash receptacles, because we cannot proceed with the proper segregation if there are no trash receptacles in the different churches in the province of Catanduanes. And including, we wanted to help one LGU here who is on the process of establishing sanitary landfill, that we wanted to provide trash receptacles to those poor families or households, so that they can be provided with the 4 trash receptacles required by the law. Then we will going to proceed with the information education campaign, because we started actually this September up to first week of October, and we find out that there are so many people in the province that they do not know the law, about the law. Even the local government officials who are the one who should implement the law, still they do not know the actual process, the actual mandates of RA 9003. So we wanted to educate more.
Okay.
Kasi, yeah, that's it.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Brenda.
Yes, so she takes care of the environment advocacy of Caritas, and thank you for exerting your effort on the private sector to assist with government. And I think Emma Ramas is going to Bicol region to share the initiatives that she is doing there.
Well,
And
thank you.
I have 2 more PDOs before I get to the second question, where I would request anyone can answer. From the Passionist, we have Mr. Kurt here. What is your role in the social enterprise advocacy of your PDO?
So good evening, everyone. I am James from the Passionists. So just a short background. The Passionist Fathers have been in the Philippines for the past 65 years, leading and advocating various humanitarian and spiritual activities. So the Passionist Fathers launched the Passionist PDO in November 2018, and we will celebrate our 6th year anniversary on November 23rd. So the Passionist PDO has 10 advocacies, and we are indeed focusing to them all, and most especially to the Catholic mission to the indigenous people, and healthcare and retirement of priests advocacy. And of course, livelihood. That is why we are really pursuing our newest social enterprise, the Dayok. So just a short definition, the Dayok is a traditional dish from the Philippines, particularly enjoyed in regions in General Santos. So it is a fermented mixture of fish intestines, and the taste is said to be similar to salted fish sauce. This is a regional condiment in the Philippines. So using tuna entrails is a sustainable practice because it maximizes the use of the entire fish, significantly reducing waste in tuna processing. So this would also open job opportunities for fishermen household for manufacturing and packaging. Since here in General Santos City, we are known as the tuna capital of the Philippines, with 70 to 90% relying on fishing for their livelihood. And my father, who is also a fisherman, is one of them. So we aim to maximize the possible impact that it can make by doing the Dayok, so that we will be able to provide livelihood to those individuals who are skilled artisans for making the Dayok, and promoting it all over the Philippines and make it known. And we are really excited to make this initiative possible and to reach its full potential with the help of Holy Spirit, of course, to touch and help more lives to the help of SRG. So through this empowered change. So we're really looking forward to this. So be passionate for Christ, make blessings alive. Thank you so much.
The capital of the Philippines is in their PDO area. Yes, thank you, James. Thank you, Kurt. Is Sister Ting around, Miss Nicole or Anne? Or Sister Ting? I saw Sister Ting, the bamboo initiatives from the Carmelite missionaries. I think they're part. Sister Ting? Okay, wala na si Sister Ting. Wala pa. Let me know if hello, Sister Ting.
Hello,
Ayan,
good evening.
Cynthia.
Yeah, good
Cynthia
evening,
pala.
Doc Glenn.
Okay, sister,
Yeah.
yes.
I'm very happy to be part of this event tonight. Thank you so much for the invitation. I was very happy when I saw our products, the one of the bamboo craft with Mom Ina when she in the video presented, no? Wow, beautiful. Now, but I will be sharing more about the Carmelite Missionaries Handicrafts and Pastoral Center, the one we have in Iloilo. Actually, this center is a new name or a new center after CM Bamboo Craft because we closed it right after or during the pandemic, but we gave a new name of the same mission with Carmelite Missionaries Handicrafts and Pastoral Center. This is aimed to uplift the living conditions of the workers and our mission partners. Right now, it is started to do well, and we have 4 regular workers, and these workers at the same time we encourage them to be entrepreneurs themselves. They are helping us because Bamboo Craft had been for 50 years in existence, and they came from that group, and now they're the ones helping us in promoting. But there is a new feature with this because of the pastoral aspect of the center. So I hope that we will be helped also. We are promoting this, and we are encouraging more men, young men and women to be part of this mission. It has a component of like a business because we are selling, but more than business, it
Livelihood.
is more of formation and
Yes,
pastoral
livelihood.
care. Yeah.
Yeah. And livelihood programs. Okay, thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank you.
We have witnessed the PDOs, but I have a question for Father Manny and then a follow through to Dr. Lillian and Adrian. Father Manny, in SRG, you know that we have several different PDOs working in different focused strength. How or what is your advice on how can we concretize all our initiatives as an ecosystem? Where do we begin and how does this work? Father.
Good evening once again. We are all aware that there is this organization of PDOs, and initially we have clustered ourselves according to our advocacies and causes, and that is something we should work together because uh, yes, we have our own individual initiatives, but we should not also work in silos. The the name of the game is always collaboration. And when we can put together, especially our common advocacies or cluster it, then it can be a powerful tool. And of course, the importance of gathering data in order to seek funding from many organizations. And then at the end, it will benefit everyone. For example, uh, it is our wish that all PDOs are working towards education, like related to scholarship, enterprise education, or yes, upskilling. Then we can come together, and then we can we can create one common direction, and then present it to Springway and bridge us to possible international funder. Similar to those who are working for children, similar to those who are working for environmental sustainability. As Ma'am Emma would say, just for example, those who are working for solid waste management, there are tons of fundings from the government which we are just unaware and we are not tapping. If we are only aware, and then really also those who are doing solid waste management, then really really about researching what are the possible sources available from the government and as well as from other non-government organizations. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. That is very important that we may have highlighted our several projects, but the goal here in this campaign is not to compete, but rather to collaborate so we can become more sustainable. We amplify our voices if we are together. So to ask the question to our Singaporean friends, what will give us 3 maybe tips, what will make a social enterprise sustainable? Because our PDOs here, Dr. Lillian, has been sharing about social enterprise. What do you think would be very important for a social enterprise to be sustainable? Doc or Adrian? Who goes first? Dr. Lillian. Okay. Adrian, I think Dr. Lillian wants you to say first. What are the elements that you would advise the members in our ecosystem that will make their social enterprise sustainable?
I think, thanks for that question. As you know, I'm quite new to this as well. I just joined in October. But as I reflect on that question and going through the journey with the goat farm, I think one of the key things is this mindset shift, right? The whole paradigm shift from moving from a seeking donor perspective to a mindset of how do I grow a social enterprise, how do I enterprise that can grow and for it to be sustainable. So that is a big mindset shift. I think that's one area that we can spend more time to see, number one. Number two is as we're sharing for this, one thing crossed my mind was this thing about, as we talk about solid waste management, how do we have a community of practice where we can actually have a topic. This is a forum on solid waste management, for example, and then people will share and we can learn. So it's really a targeted forum so that we can level up the knowledge. And also within, like, for example, in Philippines, how do we tap onto their different government fundings as well? So, there are PDOs, they may want to do it, but they don't know how to do it as well. So these are the two things that cross my mind on how do we make it sustainable. Number one is having the mindset shift that, it is possible. And number two is what kind of support the community of practices that we can share, and so that the PDOs can quickly level up and believe that it's possible. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Adrian. Mindset shift and support of community practices. Dr. Lillian?
Yes, I'm just listening to what has been discussed, and our two earlier members have spot on. All right. I think the vision mission alignment is important so that we are all moving in the same direction, and we are going to achieve our mission together. And the sharing of best practices is a good idea so that all of us know what works and how we can then tap on each other to move up to a higher plane. I'm very concerned about two things, which you might already been doing, but I'm not sure, because from my own experience, what I see in a lot of such social enterprise endeavor is that there is this lack of impact measurement. And if there's lack of impact measurement because lack of corporate governance in the execution of things, then you find that, like in a business organization, if your KPIs, your data collection, your data analytics, they are not there to sort of quantify your success, then it is going to come back and bite us in terms of how do we improve? How are we going to get more funding? How are we going to move forward from here? Otherwise, you might just be caught in that vicious cycle and it's not going anywhere. Therefore, I think these are things we should bear in mind. While I believe every one of us is very enthusiastic about, implementation. So for implementation, I think we are not lack of creativity and business innovation. As my conversation and learning from Father Ray and all the rest of you, I think you are there. All right. You are very good in your entrepreneurial mindset, very good in coming up with a lot of possible solutions. But I think we just need to get that two items, which from my own experience in other IPC, other non-profit organization, there's always this problem about measurement, impact measurement and management and corporate governance. So if this is something which we could get it right at the outset, I think it's going to make a lot easier, because we document our data properly, we capture them, and we can really measure the impact.
I agree with you, Doc, because I think running the business is one entrepreneurial way, but measuring what happened and what is this business all about is also another thing, because we are dealing with partners who wants you to progress and scale. And I think that is what we're doing now, doing the capacitation program to match businessmen to put up a fund, a social enterprise capacity building fund, so we can train and capacitate the PDOs doing social enterprise, do the business, and do the measurement of their impact. Maybe from the PDO directors, anyone who would like to add what makes social enterprise sustainable? Please feel free to answer before, I know. Emma?
To make this enterprise sustainable, Glenn, no? Is
What
your
elements
question.
are needed? What are the elements do you think needed to make a social enterprise sustainable?
First of all, I think it has been mentioned that we need strong leadership and good governance to be in place. No, I think we really go back to our 6 or 7 pillar capacitation model, that we do proper financial planning. All these items are very necessary in charting our success. So the database management is already provided for as one of the pillars. And of course, the networking and then connecting in our ecosystem is also very important, because the shared knowledge and experiences will be very helpful to help each other, so that no one is left behind. So we go back to that six model, the six capacitation model that you have taught us, and I think that will be very, very useful.
Yeah, financial planning also to develop a more comprehensive approach in doing forecasting and budgeting, etc. So it's very important. So I am going to ask my second question, and anyone can answer this question. So we've been running this campaign for the next 100 days. It has started already. What is your message to the people watching across the globe now in terms of supporting this campaign? There are two ways for people, our friends from Singapore, two ways to support it. As SRG Foundation lumps the funds that may be pulled through the ecosystem, or the donors can find them directly. If they find helping solid waste to bionutrient, they can find their space. But what is your message to the partners listening right now on live on Facebook in supporting this 100 days campaign? Let me start from Sister Ting.
Can I be heard?
Yes, yes.
Ms. Glens, I would just like first to affirm what Dr. Lillian, I congratulate them. Very good answer to your first question. and also the one of Adrian, because I realized I think we need that also. The change of mindset, at the same time proper management and effect checking. Now I would like to encourage that we have just to continue what we had started and believe that we can do it, not as an individual company or organization, but as a group. So we have to support this ecosystem, supporting each other. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Father Ray, your message to your funds club, your donors across to help us, your PDO and the ecosystem.
Yeah, I would like to invite them in a way to assure them that although we have still a long way to go, but as we were working already, that we have this ecosystem together and we can be help each other. And it's really, for me, is good to learn a lot of these things because I'm a priest, I'm not a businessman. I need to learn. And I think with a lot of possibilities with our group, I can assure also those funders that can really help us in trying to venture this social enterprise so that we can achieve sustainable programs for our children and we can help them to empower them also that they can stand up, they can have their own lives. No? So there's so much to do, but I believe it's not impossible because I realize that even with our pandemic, we were able to stand up again. We are so very resilient in a way, and with this group, it will be ecosystem of good. I think it is also encouraging for us to bridge with whatever funding that is at hand for us, and we can assure them because we are not working in silos anymore. We can assure them that we can really do and implement whatever our dreams and plans for our organization. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Father. Sister Dalia, message to your partners in the US and across the globe to support this campaign. What is your message?
Okay. First of all, thank you very much for all the sharing, and I learned a lot from everyone's expertise in this area. But just to think about the gospel of this Sunday, which is about giving, and I know that God is always blesses a cheerful giver, and from that gospel, that woman who has only nothing but she gives. What about a lot of people who has the abundance of giving? So I would encourage everyone who can give, especially support our less fortunate brothers and sisters, because again, God blesses a cheerful giver, not only material things, but also of our talents where we can also share to other people.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Emma.
Yes, then I'd like to send my message to the whole world, that all of us are doing, we have our own carbon footprints, and I think we're all putting carbon into the atmosphere, and therefore climate change has been very, very real in the past years and decades, so that we should together work towards at least go to the net zero status, where our carbon footprint is controlled, and that it needs everybody's help and attention. So all the companies in the world, the factories, the establishments that are emitting carbon, no, should share in the responsibility. And it is nice to note that there are PDOs in the ecosystem that's wanting to do something about it.
Yes, and we are blessed to have with us from the Corinthian group, Attorney Oliver. Just say hi. They are one of our biggest partner now with Bionutrient, who is also working collaboratively with us to do solid waste management. Ali Oliver, no? Yeah. Okay. Just say
hi.
hi.
Thanks.
If that's per request. Yes, he's from Denmark. Yeah.
From Australia.
Australia. Sorry. Australia. Okay.
Close.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Hi, good evening from. Yeah, would you like just to say a few things, Glenda?
Yes. Yeah, we were just wanting to let you know that to let the ecosystem know that you are with us and that he's there also to extend his support by the initiative of solid waste, supporting also the different advocacies in our ecosystem.
Yeah, absolutely, and I concur with everything that's been said today. In particular, the comments about the need for collaboration. I believe we've all been entrusted with looking after this planet in the short time that we're on it. Biblically, we are very much entrusted with doing that, and tasked with doing it. So we need to do the best we can to look after the place for ourselves and for everyone else that we share the planet with. But in terms of what makes something truly sustainable, absolutely collaboration has to be front and center. We cannot get a sustainable solution by believing that there is a zero-sum outcome. In other words, in business terms, that means for someone to make a gain, it means that someone else has to make a loss. That's not how things work. That's not sustainable at all. In fact, it's more than that. It's more than just through collaboration that we all add value to everyone else and to achieving the right outcome, but also we can deliver, or we must be not just collaborating with each other, but also a truly symbiotic relationship with each other. In other words, we don't just work together, but we actually rely heavily on each other. So I rely on you, you rely on me. We need to work together to make this a success. So that is kind of where Corinthians ethos comes from. We are very much a collaboration-based organization. We believe that we can achieve great things for the environment, for society, for community, for the economy, and we can do that on a large scale as well.
Yeah, I know that our host is opening now her camera, and there's a raise of hand from Delphine and Wilvi. Just 1 minute for the interest of time, and then maybe few words collective for the panel. Delphine,
Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you and we can hear you.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay, for me, as a social enterprise business owner, I'm into business, environmental, and social goal. Social goal, that means we take care of the social enterprise, like the people, the young, the old. So I think you must have a business plan, KPI, and all this in place. So do something that is sustainable, do a business that is sustainable, especially in Philippines, there's so much of land. So it's the other sister who is in the bamboo, this is also another sustainable business. And even the fish, koyo or whatever, what is that? Bio. Bio. Okay, these are all very sustainable business. So as long as you have a business plan, these are all environmental friendly, and you have a social goal, you can achieve your social enterprise. It's going to be sustainable. Okay, so I think this is, as a business owner, this is what I want to share.
Thank you, Delphine. And Wilvi, would you mind sharing your voice in behalf of everyone in the panel? I'm so sorry. Time is already not in our favor, but will we please do share in behalf of the whole panelists in the ecosystem as a campaign for this 100 days of giving?
So we've heard all about our causes, right? Us from Uve and Duras for solid waste management and also sustainable livelihood. So if you echo our cause, if you echo the commitment that we have, also the impact that we'll be able to deliver to scale it not only in our organization but beyond as well, then please do support us. We have 100 days to have it. We can invest monetary, collaborate, and connect with us to know more about our solutions and also our causes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I wish to have more conversations with all of you, pero ang dami ng panel. The panelists are too many, but I'm sure that we've shared our message across the globe. This empowered change, 100 days of giving, is a habit of reflecting in ourselves. What is it that we can give in the next 100 days in any of our advocacies? And I love the idea about starting to look into partners, collaborators, funding opportunities, but please, let's not work in silos. And the best thing that donors can really be happy in this campaign is that we are going to be working as an ecosystem. So maraming salamat. Thank you so much. For those who still have more sharing, you can post it on the chat box or in our Facebook Live. So your sharing can still be heard. All right? So thank you, and back to you, Anne-Marie. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Glenda, and thank you to our panelists. It was a pleasure hearing your insightful comments and thoughts during the panel discussion. The call for care for the environment remains strong. We continue to encourage everyone to participate in this life-giving campaign for the benefit of our brothers and sisters who are in need and for the future of the younger generation. Greenway Global believes in the power of an ecosystem, the power of how the exponential impact of an ecosystem can amplify the voice of what we are capable of doing, one day at a time. As we continue with this campaign, we extend our sincere gratitude to the grassroots organizations that have come together for this campaign, as their contributions are essential for the success of the missions and programs related to our featured advocacies. We hope that this platform will encourage even more organizations and individuals to join us in our efforts, paving the way for a healed and a better world for all. Here are the ways to support the campaign. Begin with small acts. Empower change through 100 days of giving. This initiative encourages individuals and organizations to engage in simple yet impactful actions that contribute to a greater cause. By committing to a daily act of generosity over the course of 100 days, participants can make a significant difference in supporting grassroots organizations dedicated to fostering a healed environment. Second, purchase Lazada vouchers. These donation vouchers will be available at the Spring Rain Global Lazada store. Donations raised will be posted weekly via SRG's Facebook page. Third, take action by signing up for Empowered Change through 100 days of giving. If you are an organization who is raising funds, you may register at the link shown on your screens. Donations can be sent through the donation portals shown on your screens through the bank accounts of the following organization: Magical Mission, Daughters of the Sacred Heart, Benrich Holdings OPC, Oblate Apostles of the Two Hearts, Carmelite Missionaries, the Passionate, Bionutrient Waste Management, European Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines, Cebu, Dominican Sisters of the Most Holy Rosary, Hawaii region, Caritas Virac Justice and Peace Incorporated, Claveria Mountain Flowers Marketing Cooperative, Spring Rain Global Foundation. Kindly note that all donations deposited directly into the participating organization's bank accounts will be for their exclusive use, while donations received through SRG Foundation will be distributed amongst all participants. Next week, we will introduce another important cause, which is community health resilience, including clean water and sanitation, poverty alleviation, and peace and order. Community health resilience aims to enhance the health and well-being of communities by addressing critical factors. It focuses on ensuring clean water and sanitation to provide safe drinking water and proper sanitation, which are vital for preventing. Additionally, it includes poverty alleviation efforts to reduce economic hardships that hinder access to health care. Promoting peace and order is also essential, as a stable environment allows individuals to seek health services without fear. By integrating these elements, community health resilience fosters healthier, more sustainable communities capable of effectively responding to health challenges. We will feature the following PDOs next week: Daughters of the Sacred Heart, Oblate Apostles of the Two Hearts, Passionists, Dominican Sisters of the Most Holy Rosary, Hawaii region, Claveria Mountain Flowers Marketing Cooperative, and Spring Rain Global Foundation Incorporated. Livelihood development includes solid waste management, social enterprise, and circular economy. Livelihood development is crucial for several reasons, as it plays a significant role in improving the quality of life for individuals and communities. It is essential for fostering economic growth, reducing poverty, and promoting social stability. It empowers individuals and communities, leading to a more equitable and sustainable future. Solid waste management is a critical component of environmental health and sustainability. It involves the collection, treatment, and disposal of solid waste generated by households, industries, and commercial establishments. Solid waste management is essential for protecting the environment, promoting public health, conserving resources, and supporting sustainable development. By implementing effective solid waste management practices, we can create a cleaner, healthier, more sustainable communities. Social enterprise plays a vital role in addressing social, economic, and environmental challenges while promoting sustainable development. Social enterprises are essential for driving social change, promoting economic sustainability, and fostering innovation. They play a crucial role in addressing societal challenges while creating opportunities for individuals and communities to thrive. The circular economy is an economic model that emphasizes sustainability by minimizing waste, making the most of resources. It contrasts with a traditional linear economy, which follows a take, make, and dispose pattern. Circular economy is essential for promoting sustainability, reducing environmental impact, and fostering economic growth. By rethinking how we produce, consume, and manage resources, it offers a pathway to a more sustainable and resilient future. Again, thank you everyone for being with us tonight for Spring Rain Global's fourth quarter fundraising campaign. We hope that in the coming weeks, more donors and donations will be added to our giving community. Don't forget to invite your families, friends, and partners and donors every Saturday at 8 p.m. to join our Saturday program. And before we end, may I request all of you to turn on your cameras for our photo op. Tech team.
Turn your cameras and smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Thank you so much.
Empower change. Donate in any way for 100 days.
And fuel our collective mission.
At Spring Rain Global's ecosystem of good.
Together, we can create lasting impact
and uplift communities in need.
Let's unite for a brighter future.
Empower change. Donate in any way for 100 days and fuel our collective mission at the Spring Rain Global's ecosystem of good. Together, we can create lasting impact and uplift communities in need. Let's unite for a brighter future.
Empower change.
Donate in any way for 100 days and fuel our collective mission at Spring Rain Global ecosystem of good.
Together, we can create lasting impact and uplift communities in need.
Let's unite for a brighter future. Empower change. Join us in 100 days of good to fuel lasting impact through Spring Rain Global's ecosystem of good. Your support will uplift communities and build a brighter future. Let's make a difference together.
Empower change. Donate in any way for 100 days and fuel our collective mission at Spring Rain Global's ecosystem of good. Together, we can create lasting impact and uplift communities in need. Let's unite for a brighter future.
Empower change. Donate in any way for 100 days and fuel our collective mission at the Spring Rain's Global's ecosystem of good. Together, we can create lasting impact and uplift communities in need. Let's unite for a brighter future.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a restful Saturday evening. Please enjoy this closing song.
think about the generations and to say we want to make it a better place for our children and our children's children, so that they know it's a better world for them, and think if they can make it a better place.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place is much brighter than tomorrow. If you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space, make a better place, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. If you want to know why, there's a love that cannot lie. Love is strong, it only cares for joyful giving. If we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel. There will dream, stop existing and start living. Then it feels that always love's enough for us growing. Make a better world, make a better world, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for living, make a better place for you and for me. And the dream we were conceived in will reveal a joyful face. And the world we once believed in will shine again in grace. Then why do we keep strangling when this earth crucifies our soul? Though it's plain to see this world is heavenly. Be God's love. We can fly so high, let our spirits never die. In my heart, I feel you are all my brothers. Create a world with no fear. Together we'll cry happy tears. See the nations turn their swords into plowshares. We could really get there if you cared enough for the living. Make a little space to make a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for living, make a better place for you and for me. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race.
children, heal the world we live in. Save it for our children, heal the world we live in. Save it for our children.
Good night, everyone. See you next week.
Bye. Bye.